what I'm doing here, I'm grabbing some images. I'm grabbing some images from the internet. All right, this is the gift, as you can see here. So you guys can try to search for references on the Pinterest, looking for objects as PNG. Okay, so you guys can see here some references. Hello Oliver. Hello everyone. Welcome. Let me say hello again because we had a bit problem with the microphone. Here I'm recording this by using a webcam and a microphone right here. So okay, let's back in here now. I will open here the Affinity Designer, okay, and you guys can paste right here some images. Let me share with you here. Click on this button, okay, and place images from the cloud or photos, okay. So here's the way you guys can place some images from the internet, okay. All right, so let's get started here by try to understand this shape. All right, this is the first step that we are going to do. And here I've created a pixel layer, and I will take here my brush, you know, my sketch brush, and I will try to understand these shapes right here. Well, before I get started to sketch, let me explain a little bit about my guide. You know, I share this guide with my patrons on my Patreon community. So what I'm gonna do here, I will start by drawing the shapes. Okay, we will do this by drawing the geometry. All right, and you guys can try to look at the silhouette, that is the form of the object, and this is gonna be really simple, I hope. And then we can add more details later on. All right, so what you're gonna do, we'll try to create this concept, okay, by trying to just to draw over. Okay, this is how I work before I make my own assets. You know, I try to understand the shapes by trying to make some sketch. And of course you guys can see here, you can disable, you know, and this is just to have the idea, right? And what are you gonna do here, we will try to see more shapes. Let me decrease this opacity. As you can see here, I'm decreasing the opacity, and you guys can see better the shapes that I'm gonna draw here. What do we have here? We have a square, you know, a square here, and basically a cube. Think about a 3D cube, okay? This is the shape that we want to achieve right now. And here we have this is another shape, and you guys can draw something like this, okay? You guys can change, you don't need to copy. All right, I'm just showing you here a nice way to study your process, okay? This is how I like to work in my own arts. Thank you, Marcus Birto. Thank you. So here we go, and I will try to paste right here our sketch. Okay, this is our sketch. Of course you guys can try to draw over the vector in this time, but this is really important to understand this concept. All right, and you guys now can polish here more the shapes. Okay, as you can see here, you can try to press more to define better the lines. Okay, this is not supposed to be hard, this is a concept stage. Okay, all right, after we define the shapes and geometry, you guys can try to just apply some shadings, you know. I'm using here, you guys can choose whatever you want. Okay, I'm going to choose this one. Oh, remember, you guys can also try to use the selection tool in order to, for example, let me change here, polygonal. You guys can make this shape and select the paintbrush and try to make this, you know, it's much more easy to make some shades. All right, so this is really good in order to have more ideas what you are gonna do. All right, okay, let me add more shadows right here and here. Okay, this is supposed to be a really simple. Okay, and you guys, after then you can add some shadows right here. Well, that's fine. That's fine for a while. And what I'm gonna do, I will start to vector, right? And you guys can decrease this opacity right here, as you can see. Remember to group these objects, as you can see here. Okay. Of course, if you guys remember, if you guys have any question, you guys can write right here. I will try to answer you. Okay. And here we go. Okay. We will draw. I will select here this tool, the paint tool, and I'm gonna create here the vector layer. All right. And here I will start to draw. Remember here there is this option, okay, to, for example, while you are drawing, the fill is applying, you know, will be applied automatically. And here we go. I will draw the shapes. It's quite easy, to be honest, just like this. Okay, something like this. Remember, you guys can, to see better the lines, decrease this opacity. Okay, well, let me explain some theories that I'm applying here, okay, before the things is too fast. And the main concept that you guys need to focus on, let me share with you. The main thing you guys need to focus on is to grab this idea of, for example, let me draw here a quick example. Imagine that this is entire object, okay? So the more you try to make details, more time you're gonna take, okay? This is the simple. So the first thing you have to do, guys, try to draw the entire shape, okay? The first moment, as I'm doing here. I did this, I did right this, the silhouette by the shapes, and I'm not applying right here the colors, okay? The colors is not being applied yet. So we need to focus only on drawing the shapes, so the things will be much more easy to understand. And here I'm focusing in this stage right here, okay? We are not here. Here these details. Let's say here the details. Here is the colors, and here is the shape, okay? So try to get closer to this idea, okay? Let me back here. As you can see, I'm select here. Again, this shape. I will draw other shapes right now, okay? For example, this one. I will use here the pencil tool. You guys can use the paint tool, whatever you want. Let me change here these options allows you to draw more smooth, you know, to make less curve and point as possible, like this one. Let me apply here different color so you guys can see better, like this, okay? Easy, isn't it? And I will apply here as well. I'm trying to draw this basically very organic, you know. I mean, don't want to make things perfectly right now because time is short here. I want to make things simple. And here we go with the shape. You guys can adjust, as you can see here, okay? And I will close these curves. I will draw another shape right here. Try to grab another color so you guys can see different shapes. Yeah. I'm here drawing this shape. You guys can see right now I'm changing this color right here, and you can adjust these curves, okay? And now I'm gonna draw here that shape, you know, this shape right here. As you can see, I didn't make these details yet, but you guys can draw now these shapes. Let's make it right now. We'll do like this. It's supposed to be really simple, guys. Okay, like this. And you guys can, just a trick, you can duplicate, and as I'm doing here, and do this, okay? And just try to change the curves. You don't need to draw again. You guys can save time doing this, okay? And of course, as you can see, we are having this layer issue, so you guys can solve this by dragging and drop right here. It's quite easy. And okay, pay attention to these layers. I know the quality of this camera is not very good, but I hope to improve this quality soon. And here we go. I will try to add here that shape, you know, as you can see here. I'm applying more depth. I think it's depth, we can say. And let me correct this angle. Fine. Here we go. Also trying to apply here. You guys, if you want to make some, for example, stylized version, okay, you guys can try to change to more bigger squash, and you know, from the animations from Disney. You guys can also grab some references from the internet to have more ideas. Here I'm just trying to show you a nice way to make a vector, you know. And here we go. I will try now to change this color. I will not follow this color. I will try to create by my own. I will make a red. Let me, I think this is enough for a while. I think I can back here to increase here the opacity. Okay. And let me deactivate right now the sketch because we don't need this anymore. Okay, this is pretty clear now to see better the shapes. And what we're gonna do, we will apply some lines. Okay, so we are getting into this stage right here. Okay, these lining patterns, some details, you guys, this is not a rule, okay, so you guys can try to swap between them. So what I did is shape, and I will try to apply some lines, and after that we'll apply the values and colors. Okay, the details you guys can lay it left to later on. Right, let me check here this color. I think it's good for a while, and I will apply here a yellow piece. I think it's good. Okay, you guys can try to make by your own the colors. It's not a problem. Okay. The webcam can show a little bit different colors from what you are seeing now, but yeah, I will draw here the lines, okay, just to make this a little bit different. Look what I'm gonna do here. I did here this side. Remember, you guys can try to make this side for like a light, you know, receiving the light, and you can grab this inside to this shape, this entire shape. So this can be clipped if you are familiar with Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, you know. And here we go with these effects. Let me check here. Okay, I will apply to another side. Okay, we'll apply here this side. I'm just flipping, as you can see here. Okay, and I will just drag, you know, and here I'm gonna make this side with dark, okay, more darker, as you can see here. All right. And here we go. We will try to apply the same concept for this side and to the top as well. Okay, as you can see, this is a one single shape. All right, and we can draw right here the inside and make this shape, as you can see here. Okay, so basically it is applying inside of this main shape, and you guys can apply more light, as you can see here. Okay, and for example, I would try to draw to change it a little bit, the shape right here. Okay, you guys can always fix, because the adjustments part, it's that take much more time, you know. I will draw here this shape and apply darker version. You guys can leave this. Here we go. I will try to apply more for example, gradient, you know. You guys can do this. We'll try to make some vibrant colors, as you can see here. Okay, and I will apply to this side as well. Let me apply here. I'm not explaining each thing about the color, but the concept that you guys can apply. Try to not reduce everything to dark, you know. Try to not use this luminance thing, you know. Try to increase the saturation and up together the luminance. All right, as you can see here. And also you guys can up this hue to more yellow. Okay, as you can see here, and things becomes a little bit more interesting, as you can see. And you guys can copy this shape, right? Remember, I need to draw another shape right here. Okay, basically, if I need to draw shapes while I'm applying colors, I'm doing wrong, because not wrong exactly, but I would say that you spend more time back in drawing, you know. This is not so much good when you are working, right? And we can try to reduce here this black thing, you know, and try to apply it like this. Okay, here we go. I will now change this shape right here. Okay, I'm gonna apply a subtract right here. What you guys can do here, just try to draw a shape, you know. I will try to draw a random shape to make something like this. Okay, and you guys can subtract this shape, this behind shape. You're gonna select these two shapes, right? Let me check here if this is closed, because maybe we can have some problems here. Check here if it's closed. I think now we can subtract, clicking right here, this button, and here we have this shape subtracted. All right, and you guys can change here and everything looks more nicer. And of course, as you can see, this is a really 2D, you know, you don't have depth, so you guys can try to draw a shape below, you know, so things can be more interesting now. And I will try to apply here as well. Okay, we check here these colors. Yeah, you guys can also try to make some shadings after then. Okay, I'm not applying shades and details lines. I'm trying to just make this you know, the shapes. And you guys can try, for example, to change this perspective just by changing these curves, as you can see here. You know, we select here. I can take a little bit more time because I'm trying to explain what I'm doing. So basically, I like to focus on my things, you know. And here we go with this shape as well. I will try to draw here this shape. Okay, and close here. And you guys can ask any questions, okay, but I will try to concentrate more here. So here we go. I will try to subtract here, okay, as you can see, and you can now draw the shape behind of this guy, okay. And let me change here. Of course, you guys can use this color picker, you know, in order to grab this color. And let me change this color right here, this yellow, you know. Yeah, I will apply later on the more details to this shape. Something is not very correctly, but you guys can adjust. Yeah, well, the main idea seems nice, you know. You guys can take more time to adjust here. Okay. All right. It's time now to apply some lines. I will apply some lines, shadows. Okay. So we are doing now. We did the shapes, the colors is applying, you know, and the details. So in order to make the details, you guys can use, for example, the vector brush. You guys can use the raster persona. This is it's up to you, okay. This is entirely up to you, but I will try to choose my methods that I use in my videos. So basically I will draw here a shadow, okay. I'm grabbing here this color. You guys can take this color as shadow, okay. And the cool thing you guys can use, for example, let me extend more this shape, this shadow shape, and you guys can use the transparency tool to make the shadows, right? You guys also can, for example, can apply some smooth with Gaussian blur, as you can see here, okay. But I will try to make this a little bit flat, okay. I think flat seems more nicer for this style that I want to achieve, right? And here we go. I will try to apply more details right now. Let me see. For example, for this one, this white shape, what I'm gonna do here, I will just duplicate this, as you can see, and I will select here this one and apply this one, okay. I have added here this kind of depth, you know, just a little bit of depth, and I will also add here more depth, right, for this side. I'm trying here to select this one, and remember to organize the layers in order to keep things clear, no? Okay. Oh, this is good, okay, to back this project, because when you click here, your project becomes saved, you know. So also it's good to click on this button to save. Be careful if you don't save your projects. Let me drag here. You guys can also use the multiply right here, you know, if you like the multiply. I don't know why my screen changed, but this color seems different from my one. Okay, let's back here. I will apply more lights right here in this side. Okay. And you guys can also try to use some stroke, you know, if you want, like this. Okay, this is up to you, but I will try to use a really simple stroke. Let's see how this will look like. Okay, it's not supposed to be perfect. Here I'm using this tool in order to make more curved. Okay, you guys can try to add some lines if you want, depending on the art style, okay. And here we go. Let me try to apply here more lights, okay. You see here, and I will apply to this side one. Yes. And here we go. This side you can apply to entire shape, as you can see here. I don't know, let me check here. Why this shape is not applying? Maybe I may have this. Oh, that's fine. I don't know why my webcam here in my screen is becoming too dark, you know. Let's do this. You guys also can try to apply, for example, let me see here with things you guys can use. You guys can use more details, of course, for this side. I will apply here a gradient. Okay. And also, I think this elliptical mode can be better to use. Okay. And for this one as well. Right, remember I'm using here the orange in order to make the dark side of the, you know, of this yellow part. Also, you guys can grab here. Now I will try to add more details, lines to these guys right here. I'm grabbing here the vector brush, okay, and I'm gonna use here. I will use a free, you know, this one here. Let's see. If you guys want to follow, you guys can use this as well. I'm creating here a vector layer in order to make these lines. Let's see here if this, like this, what I'm doing here. Okay, let me check here the webcam, just a sec. Maybe this is, I mean, automatically, I don't know why. Yeah, let's left this. I hope to fix in the next live. Here I'm applying these lines. Okay, you guys can try to use like this and applying more, a little bit more details, you know, as you can see here. And I will avoid to zoom this. You guys can try to use more lines here. Okay, as you can see here, you guys can check here some details. I forgot to make this shape, you know. But you guys can add later on. I think we can add more details. Look how I'm doing this. Okay, applying some details here as well, which is move, and try to make this kind of effects. Okay, if you have any question, you guys can ask me. You guys also can apply some lights. Okay, let me see here what this will look like. Look, yeah, you need to try and see how this will work, you know. Maybe for me, I don't know how this will look like. I'm trying here, and if I don't like, I just will erase and do it again. There's no problem at all if you make mistakes. And here I will try now to apply lights here, as you can see. Let's see here. Don't like to use this vector brush. I prefer my one, but I'm using this. Right, and let's apply here a little bit of light, and you guys can use more light here. You don't need to use, but let's apply a bit of light here. Okay, this is the bouncing light, so it's really nice to apply here the lights. And let me check here what I can do. More yellow, I think it's more nice. This side as well. You guys confirm me if the live is working, because I hope the internet is not down. Just say okay, it's fine, I can see. And here we go with this shadow. I'm gonna do here the shadows, right? And I'm gonna try to draw here the shadows. More shadows here. And you can apply. I don't know why this screen is different. Okay. Let me check here. I think it's good now. You guys can duplicate this to make more shadows, as you can see here. Let me try to see here the light. Let me check here if this will increase more. Well, I think it's better. Let's see. Here we go with this side. Let me apply more details to here. Okay. Just let me check here if everything is working well. Yeah, fine. Hopefully this is our first live. And I was a bit scared to have many people to watch this live, and that's fine for as you can see here, guys, this is the shading. Okay, the shading where you mix more colors and you apply some. I'm applying here the fill tool, as you can see. Okay, and well, for a while it's becoming nice, but you guys can apply, for example, let's try things new here. I like to try new things. If you already know if you are already my patron, you know that I'm a little bit crazy with these things of trying to experiment new things, you know. Let's see here. You guys can try this. Look. Very nice. I'm trying here to apply my custom things. This is our details, okay? And let's start to apply to this side and change this color because this follows, you know, the shape. Here we go. And yes, you can try to make this darker or this color here. It's fine. And let me check here something. I need to add more lights, I think, to these edges, as you can see here, you know. This is annoying me a little bit. Let me try to add a bit more. Let me check here, guys. And remember to check where you are drawing the layers, you know, in order to I'm creating more depth, you know. As you can see here, the light is coming from here. And okay, let me become nice, isn't it? I hope. Don't mind to make something a little bit strange. I'm trying here, I'm studying, and you guys are having opportunity to see my process, how I work. This is the way that I like to do my things. And let's see here, I will try to add more different shading here just by change this blend mode, you know. Here I'm applying different blend mode. I really love to use this I'd say blend modes, layers, you know, from Photoshop. You guys are familiar, I think. Yeah, you can apply difference. That's fine for a shadow, you know. This side is the shadow. Okay, this side is the shadow, and we are trying to make this side a shadow. And I will try to apply now a shadows here below. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna use here this ellipse, and just let me check. Okay, so we'll draw here this shape. Okay, you guys can turn this to black, not too black, you know, just a little bit grayscale. I think is good. Convert this to curve, and of course this is a cube, so you don't need to follow. Don't have to follow this entirely cube. I will make something rounded. Okay. Like this. I think. Here. I'll experiment here this. I'll apply here the Gaussian blur. Let's see how this will look like. It's much better now. Okay. I'm using here the Gaussian blur to soften more the shadows, and you guys can duplicate this to make the cast shadows and apply over here. As you can see here, you guys can apply more darker to this cast shadow. Cast shadow is where the light don't reach, you know. You are familiar with drawings, sketching, stuff like this. You maybe are familiar with this kind of stuff. And let's see here, guys, what I'm gonna do. I will try to apply a nice thing here. For example, can you see this shape? I will apply a stroke using the outline, as you can see here. Okay, I think it would be nice to use. Let's try here and see how this will look like. Because I want to follow. If you apply a stroke right here, try to, for example, try to follow this stroke, you know. Try to follow the same stroke. I'm clicking here on copy, you know, and apply right here this side. I'm having some layers here, so I will group these guys here and paste style. And let me try to add more darker to these guys here. Before I forget, let me save this project. I don't want to lose this in case of, you know, close the app, so they crash the app. So try to make this. And here we go again. And let me try to apply something different right here. I will start to use the inner glow and layer effects that I really like to use. Okay, but before, let me apply here this stroke for these guys. Just make sure you guys can see this well. I don't know, because I'm not seeing this chat right now. Let me check here. Where is the chat? Okay, back here. And I will try here to apply this stroke to these lines. Okay, as you can see here. And you guys can change here. You guys can change the outline, apply to this entire group, as you can see here, and change the color in this panel below, you know, as you can see here. And you guys can also try to increase the radius, that is the stroke width, you know. Wow, that's looking nice. Let me apply some different thing here, because this color here can be nice like this. You guys can call this as icon or whatever you want to call this. And I will try to use these things to these guys. I'm copying here these textures, applying here. This is a vector brush. Okay, so let me change here. And here we go with this. I'm applying also here the opacity, just to blend these guys right here. Let me check here. I'm applying something different here, okay? It's not supposed to be perfect, so just experiment. That's fine for a while. Here we go. I will apply now for this end shape, for this shape here, the inner glow as well as I did right here. Okay, let's see. I'm having a little bit of problem because I need to use the outline. Okay, because the inner glow is applied also in the stroke for this shape, so you guys can try to make something similar to this. Okay, let me check here this shape here. That's fine. I think I need to grab these two guys to here. And remember, the good thing that you can do is, let me check here the you can change this shape. Okay, look, if you are not I don't like this, you can change this shape. Okay, and be careful with the angle, because probably you need to change all the entire angle. I will try to make this a little bit more dynamic just by changing this shape as well, you know. And okay, that's fine, guys. And for example, let's say that you guys want to change these colors. Okay, for that, let me fix this. I want to make this more brighter. Yes, I think it's nicer because my webcam is different from what I'm seeing here, so I'm trying to follow the view of what you are seeing here. Okay, yeah guys, I think it's good. Let me apply here the different colors for these guys. I will use here the color overlay, as you can see here, and let's see. Okay, this become black, don't worry. We are going to use here different colors to see how this will look like. I'm changing here the color, and I'm changing right now the blend mode. Okay, let's see here how this will look like. I use a lot these things. Probably the color will be better. You guys can use the hue, but I don't know if this will be nice. I think the color, let's see here. There is several ways that you guys can change the colors. I think this looks nice, as you can see here, you know, but you guys can change this opacity if you want. Well, it's over to you. Okay, and also, well, let me check here things that we can apply. You guys can try to use some more blends here. I'm applying the inner shadow, but be careful, we are using the inner shadow to be a light. Okay, and let me change here this guy as well. Let me turn off this back to our red. You know, we did a big job to make this red, and that left us red. And okay, this is the side for the light, you know. If you do this for a game or an icon, you guys can try to use these effects. And also you can try to mix more blend colors if you want. Okay, like this, what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to blend more colors. Okay, and remember, I would use here the over. Let me check here. Color dodge. I really love the color dodge. Rose Raw, if you know him, he uses this color dodge as well. And what I'm gonna do, I will try to apply to this side, and this is a really unique technique that I'm gonna teach you guys here. I will group these guys, this curve. Okay, and let me group these guys, and I will apply again the inner shadow. As you can see, this inner shadow will not be shadow, will be a light. And here we go. As you can see here, let's try to apply different color. Okay, let's try to use a purple. I think a purple can be nice to use, but you guys need to change here. Let me check if it is working nice, and go. Okay, I think this is nice, you know. This color right here, this is the purple that I'm applying, and we have the warm and the purple color. I think is really nice, I guess. And you guys of course can apply it to this side as well. But to be honest, I think this is we did already our goal right here. I'm just sharing with you this process by show you some details that you guys can apply, as you can see, you know. And everything here is changeable. All right, let me zoom out this guy and you can see how this will look like. Okay, and well, I'm not changing anything anymore here because I think it's enough for this first live. And let me delete this guy. Yeah, remember that we did here the shapes and the color and details for the list, and the details we call these details include the lines, patterns, values, light and shadow, and with all of this together we compound a visual form. This can be object or character, anything. So if you guys are already familiar, some of you of course, with my Patreon, just support me on here. I will be really happy to have you on there, because I also try to bring some exercises on there and try to review the exercises too. Okay, so that back here. Okay, I'm here again. So guys, I think this is enough for a while. Okay, I'm very happy for this moment with you. Let me see here. Okay, compared to the our reference, okay, it's really nice. I know that I think I forgot to make some shape here, but with the energy that I have here, I just draw and see how this look like. So I hope you guys really enjoyed to watch this tutorial, and of course we are just beginning on this thing, and I think until the next Tuesday we can have more lives. I hope. I will see the issues that I'm having here with this horrible webcam. Try to kill the insect right now. And well guys, thank you so much. I hope to see you the next time. Okay, bye bye.